students, coming to the next chapter is the mineral metabolism, right? See, we know about role of minerals within the human body and within the different types of organisms. See, minerals are the very important. See, we know about there is an organic and inorganic components are there. Organic components as well as inorganic components, both these are very important to maintain different types of metabolic activities. And the majorly here, whatever the minerals are there which are involved in the construction of any organism, means we know carbon is the very important element, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, right? So different types of minerals are there. Calcium is there, chlorides, calcium is there, chlorides are there, magnesium is there, manganese is there. So there is different types of minerals are there. And all these minerals are very important to maintain different types of metabolic activities, right? And the construction process also. Construction process is nothing but how the cells are formed. We know we discussed within that biomolecules chapter, right? There is in carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, right? Which are forms that these are the basic chief molecules which are combined with other molecules, forms that large structures. Forms the large structure. See, simple molecules combined forms the complex structures. Then that complex structures or complex molecules are combined, forms that organelles, and different types of cell organelles are combined, forms the cells, and cells are combined, forms the tissues, and tissues are combined, forms the organs, right? So that is about that different types of the components and role. And see, the basic need of all living organisms. Minerals are the basic need. We know, if we discuss about minerals, in that case, there is enzymes are there, one of the best example and the finest example. For suppose enzymes which requires the amino acids, means all enzymes are nothing but proteins, right? See, the protein synthesis done by the ribosomes. Okay, I don't like to deviate the concept. Amino acids which are joined by the peptide bond forms the proteins. A group of proteins are nothing but enzymes, right? See, some of the enzymes are required metal ions. Some of the enzymes are required metal ions. We know, we discussed about there is in prosthetic groups are there. These are nothing but coenzymes and the cofactors are there. Coenzymes and the cofactors are there. So, see, we know about that metal activated enzymes. Presence, one of the best examples, salivary amylase enzyme, active presence of chloride ions. So carbonic anhydrase enzyme requires zinc, right? So there is a catalase enzyme is there, requires iron. So different types of enzymes are there. For their enzyme activity, the enzymes are associated with some types of minerals or some types of metal ions. Okay, then the enzymes involved in the reactions. So here, basic need of all living organisms, and they require macromolecules for their growth and development. See here, macromolecules are nothing but carbohydrates we know, proteins we know, nucleic acids we know, fats we know, right? These are the macromolecules. See, we are eating the food contains that macromolecules. That macromolecules are very important to maintain the metabolism, and these are also very important for the reproduction process also, right? See, if these components are not available, the organisms are no more, and there is no metabolism. Simple. If we are not eating any food, okay, definitely we can't survive, right? And why we are not survive without food? Because there is no metabolism. If the carbohydrates are available, then there is an energy production takes place. If the energy production takes place, then all systems are run, right? So then organisms will be survived. See, if the carbohydrates are absent, if the proteins are absent, enzymes are absent, there is no reactions. If the fats are absent, cell membranes and different organelle membrane formation is absent. Nucleic acids are absent, there is no heredity. Right? See, nucleic acids means one of the important ATP, that is also related to that adenine and ribose sugar and the phosphate. right? So what I'm trying to tell here, these components here, components means macromolecules, carbohydrates, proteins, nucleic acids, lipids, all these are very, very important. And in this chapter we are going to discuss about, especially inorganic plant nutrition process. See here, inorganic plant nutrition is nothing but, see, whatever the elements are required for the growth. See, suppose, okay, human beings are there, okay, every time we are saying balanced diet is very important. Balanced diet means the requirement of human body, the requirement of human body. Requirement means here, human body requires different types of metal ion components, metal ion components. So that requirement is very, very important. That requirement is very, very important. What we are eating, the food, okay, if the food contains all the components, then the diet is maintained. Then the diet is maintained, right? See, the diet is maintained means all metabolic activities are maintained. Then the person is healthy person. In that same manner, okay, plants also require some of the metal ions. Okay, that metal ions are very, very important. So what happens if the metal ions are absent? The plant shows some of the symptoms. Some of the symptoms means maybe the leaf chlorophyll degradation. Okay, so I like to give some examples. Maybe growth is retarded. Internodes are shorted, internodes are there. Chlorophyll degradation will be takes place. In certain cases, pigmentation will be takes place. Leaf curling will be takes place. Maybe the tip pods are degraded. Right? So these are the symptoms. So here in organic plant nutrition we are going to discuss in this chapter, right? And methods to study the mineral requirements of the plant. Sir, you are saying okay, plants requires minerals. Then how can we study different minerals role in a plant? Different minerals role in a plant. Very simple. See, different types of minerals are there. If any one mineral is absent, plant shows particular symptoms. Plant shows particular symptoms. For suppose iron is absent or magnesium is absent. Magnesium is absent. Chlorophyll is not synthesized. So particular symptoms are appeared within the plant. For suppose one of the boron is absent. If the boron is absent, then the pollen tube elongation will be not properly takes place. The pollen tube formation is majorly done by the support of the boron. So if particular mineral is absent, particular symptoms appear in plants. Right? So how can we study this process? Very, very simple. Here we are selecting different process, not the regular process. Here we are not cultivating plants within the soil. We are not cultivating plants within the soil. Here we are cultivating the plants within soil-free contents or soil-free plants. These are nothing but we are cultivating the plants. These are the plants. The cultivation process is soil-free process. Soil-free process. So how can we cultivate the soil-free plants? See, this is the one of the container, right? And this is one of the plant. This is one of the plant, right? See, this is the water, surface of the water, right? So here, see, this is the water, this is not the soil, and this is one of the aeration tube. Because here roots also requires oxygen. So that oxygen is supplied by the aeration tube. This is the aeration tube. And this is the one of the bottle. This is one of the bottle. The bottle contains the mineral solution. The bottle contains the mineral solution. See, the mineral solution, the minerals are available within the market. The minerals are available within the market. So this is the mineral solution. Mineral solution. This is the aeration tube. This is aeration tube, right? And this is the water. So continuously here minerals are added to the water. Then the plants absorbs the water. The plants absorbs the water. Along with the water, minerals also absorb. Along with the water, minerals also absorb. Some of the minerals are absorbed by the passive transport, and some of the minerals are absorbed by the active process. So here, finally here minerals are absorbed. The basic concept is here soil is absent. Soil is absent. Cultivation of plants without soil or soil-free plants. Okay, the process is called as hydroponics. The cultivation is called as hydroponics. Hydro means water. Phonics. Here cultivation of plants within the water. Cultivation of plants within the water. See, this is a very advanced technology. This is a very advanced technology. We are cultivating the plants. So this is the advanced technology, cultivation of plants. Mostly here, this kind of cultivation we can find within the urban cities also, urban areas also. Because most of the scientists are cultivating the plants in this manner also. See, whatever that commercially important plants are there, the commercially important plants, see there is a particular construction is there within that, the house or the particular place is designed for the cultivation of this kind of plants, the total area, right, within that building, okay, cultivating that lakhs of plants, cultivating the lakhs of plants. See, the pictures also available within the internet also. We can find hydroponic cultivation, right? In different countries like yeah, there is in high advanced developing countries. We know developing countries like America and China, okay, and not China, but other than that countries, even China also hydroponic cultivation is there, right? So here, see, this kind of cultivation is nowadays very popular because easily cultivated, the water supply, okay, mineral supply is very easy, okay. Then the plants are grown, finally we get the product, right. So here, 1860, Julius van Sachs, he is one of the prominent German scientist. He is one of the prominent German scientist. He did the research on the cultivation of these plants. Sir, you are saying you are talking about hydroponics, and this chapter title is mineral nutrition. Then what is the relation between these two? I said one point in this chapter, okay, earlier. Sir, how can we study if one mineral is absent? One mineral is absent. Okay, particularly one of the mineral, magnesium, absent within the, okay, within particular area. Then how can we find that symptoms? How can we find the symptoms? Very, very easy, okay, to find out the symptoms. Very, very easy to find out the symptoms here. See, by the hydroponics method. By the hydroponics method. Because, see, this is the within the market, okay, available minerals which are collected, which are mixed with the water, okay, supplied. Okay. See, this is the water, okay, this is the water, and these are the minerals mixed with the water. See, within the market, the minerals are, the mineral packets are available. We are collecting that mineral packets, we are mixing with the water, we are supplying. Then the plants are survived. For suppose, if I want to study about role of one particular mineral, for suppose magnesium, I will prepare the solution without magnesium. I will prepare the here mineral solution without magnesium. Okay, then that particular solution, okay, supplies to the plant. Then I will find out what are the disease, what are the symptoms are appear within the plant. What are the symptoms appear within the plant. For suppose I want to study about the zinc. I will supply all the minerals except zinc. I will supply all the minerals except chloride. I will supply all the minerals except boron. Then I will find out the symptoms. So basically hydroponics are very, very helpful to study about mineral nutrition. Very, very helpful. Because by this way we can easily study the process. We can easily find out the disease symptoms of different minerals. Right? Plants could be grown to maturity in defined nutrient solution in complete absence of soil. Here especially the plants are grown, okay, within particular nutrient solution, right? So once the minerals are available, the cell divisions takes place, energy is available, maturity will be takes place, the flowers production and the seed production will be takes place, the lifespan will be completed. The lifespan will be completed, right? That is the concept, basic concept. Absence of nutrients, deficiency symptoms are discovered. Just now I said it's a relation between hydroponics and the mineral nutrition. If any mineral is absent, the disease symptoms are discovered. That is the use of hydroponic actually. And not only that one, commercially cultivation of hydroponics is very, very important nowadays. And commercial production of vegetables such as seedless cucumber and lettuce. Remember, see here, such as tomato, seedless cucumber and lettuce. See, before last year this bit is given by the hydroponics, most commercially cultivated plants. According to the NCRT, tomato is there and seedless cucumber and lettuce. So this is one of the important bits. See, a very line of NCRT is very, very important, right? Oh, yeah, before last year this bit is given in the NEET examination. Right? That is about that basic concept. So then there is a relation is there between that hydroponics and the mineral nutrition. If we want to study about role of particular mineral, or if we want to discover the disease symptoms, absence of particular mineral, we can cultivate or we can follow the hydroponics. We can follow the method here, hydroponics. Based on that one, we can study about any mineral. We can study about any mineral, right? That is about that introduction for this chapter. Next one we'll discuss about that the different minerals and their criteria. Here, essential mineral elements within the plants. Remember, we know different types of plant species which are spread on the earth in different regions. Some are at the normal region, means we know about that mesophytes. Some are xerophytes. Some are hydrophytes. So whatever the plants are there, majority of the cases, means some of the hydrophytes are there. I am not talking about the hydrophytes. Majority of the plants, the roots are fixed within the soil. From the soil, the roots absorbs the minerals. The plant roots absorbs the minerals. Then the plants are survived. So here, see, all the minerals are available within the soil. All the minerals are available within the soil. So more than 60 elements. More than 60 elements are found within the plants. See, we know different types of advanced technologies are there based on the usage of the advanced technology. Different types of spectroscopy. Okay, there is an UV spectroscopy is there. Different types of new investigation methods are there. Based on that methods within the plants, more than 60 elements are identified. Out of here 105. Total here 105 elements are there. Within that elements, more than 60 elements are identified within the plant bodies. Different types of plant bodies, not the single plant body. Different types of plant species. More than 60 elements are identified. And some plants, gold, we know about that gold is the very, very valuable element, right? See, the gold is also present within some plant species. The gold is also available within some plant species. Not only gold, here selenium, gold and selenium also accumulated within specific plant species, right? And in some plants, radioactive elements also found. We know there is in uranium, thorium and different types of radioactive substances are there by the cultivation of very specific plant species. For suppose we know, we discussed I thought in the first year, Hiroshima and the Nagasaki, which are affected by that nuclear weapons. These are nothing but nuclear bombs. Right? There is an radioactive components also after that explosion. Some of the radioactive components also present within the soil. Then how that contaminated, means how the radiolabel substances are separated from that soil. See, by the cultivation of specific plant species, right, that plant species absorbs that radioactive elements from the soil, means the plants absorbs the radioactive elements from the soil. Then the soils become radioactive elements free. The soil become radioactive elements free. See, if the soils are free from the radioactive substances, then we can cultivate any crops or any other plants. right? Because presence of the radioactive elements, even grass also not grown, but some specific species have the capacity, and these are already adapted with that kind of situations, right? Yeah, which can detect at very low concentration. Just now I said whatever that new technologies there or advanced techniques are there, by the usage of that technology we can detect the minerals which are present with very low concentration within the plant body. Particular mineral present very low concentration. Even that kind of minerals also we can detect by the usage of the advanced technology. Here the concentration is 10 to the power of minus 8 grams per ml. This is a very low concentration. Okay, presence of this concentration also means some minerals are present. Okay, particular this concentration also we can find nowadays easily because the technology is available. Right? So that is about that essential mineral elements. See here, this is a basic explanation. This is also not the straight point, but this is the basic explanation. How many types of minerals are there? How many minerals are present within the plant, and what kind of minerals are present within the plants, right? And how much concentration regarding to these points, these 3 points we discussed, and some of the important functions also we can discuss now. See, these are the criteria for essentiality. These 3 points are very important. Entire this chapter is completely, it depends upon these 3 points, because we already discussed whatever the minerals are there, the minerals plays key role. Key role means magnesium is absent, chlorophyll is absent, photosynthesis is absent. For suppose, if the chloride ions are absent, there is no cationic and anionic balance. Means whatever that cell turgidity is there, means water content within the cell not maintained. If the potassium ions are absent, opening and closing of stomata is not takes place. So what I am trying to tell, every element is very essential. Very essential. It's have own key role. Every element have its own key role. Remember, every element function is very specific. Every element function is very specific. Calcium have one kind of function. It maintains that cell membrane, means phospholipids, right? And see, we know about calcium pectate. Calcium pectate, that is supporting for that middle lamella formation. So what I am trying to tell here, every element have its specific role. Every element. Okay, and one element is not replaced by other one. One element is not replaced by other one. See, I like to discuss about these 3 points. The very first point is elements must be absolutely necessary for the support. Means here we know every element is very important to maintain the normal metabolism. Cell division requires energy, requires phosphorus, and requires other types of enzymes. For suppose sulfur is absent, sulfur containing amino acids are not available. Nitrogen is absent, amino acids are not available. Enzymes are not available. Means proteins are not available. Enzymes are not available. Then energy is not available. Metabolism will not be takes place. So what I am trying to tell here, every element is very important. See here, supporting the normal growth and reproduction. See, whatever the minerals are there, presence of minerals, we know about growth. Growth is nothing but a continuous cell division process. Reproduction is also cell division process. We know the difference. There is an mitosis process majorly involved in the body development, and meiosis process majorly involved in the gametes production. Then within the plants, if the meiosis takes place, then the gametes production takes place. Then the new plants production, that is nothing but new seeds production will be takes place. So here, these are absolutely necessary for the growth and the reproduction process. And absence of minerals, plants do not complete their life cycles. We know if the cell divisions are absent, growth is retarded. gametes production is absent, then there is no chance to complete the life cycle. If the minerals are available, if all the components are available, cell division will be takes place, right? If the cell division takes place, then the life cycle completed. Then if these are absent, there is no chance for the completion of life cycle. And the seeds production is nothing but I am expecting end of the majority of the cases, end of the plant life cycle. Okay, definitely the seed production is take place. For suppose if we discuss about the annual plants which survives 1 year, one of the best example rice, and stays the plants, okay, the rice plants and stays the rice seeds production is takes place. So here we know there is an juvenile phase is there, and vegetative phase is there, reproductive phase is there, sunset phase is there. Within the end of the reproductive phase, the seeds production is takes place. Immediately entered the sunset phase. Sunset phase, the plants will be dead. That is nothing but completion of life cycle. So here completion of life cycle. Here other words here set the seeds. If the minerals are absent, there is no chance for the completion of life cycle or production of seeds. Right? And the requirement of elements must be specific. The requirement of elements must be specific. Just now I said opening of stomata and the closing of stomata is done by the potassium. Right? If the potassium is absent, okay, no element can't supporting for the opening and closing of the stomata. Means if the potassium is absent, okay, remaining whatever the minerals are there, all these minerals are not supporting for the opening and closing of stomata. Only one specific element is the potassium. So here the requirement of element must be specific and not replaced by other element. Not replaced by other elements, right? So that is the one of the important point. See, here this is nothing but we know. I like to discuss about one of the best example. Yeah, magnesium ions are there. Magnesium ions are required for the pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme. Even plants also pyruvate dehydrogenase enzyme is there. And I like to discuss about carbonic. Yeah, that one is different. Yeah, Rubisco enzyme requires magnesium ions. For suppose phosphoenol pyruvate. Yeah, peptase phosphoenol carboxylase enzyme is there. Phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase enzyme is there. The enzymes are requires magnesium ions. See, if the magnesium ions are absent, there is no chance for the dark reactions. There is no chance for the dark reaction. Dark reactions means we know after that the energy production, the carbon dioxide fixation takes place. That is the dark reaction. Dark reaction majorly depends on enzymes. Within the C3 plants, Rubisco enzyme is there. Within the C4 plants, peptase enzyme is there. See, these two enzymes requires magnesium ions. If the magnesium ions are absent, the enzymes are inactive. The enzymes are inactive. See, this is a very important point. Requirement of elements must be specific. One element role can't played by other element, right? The elements directly involved in the metabolism of the plant, which are directly involved. Just now I said activation of enzymes, and in certain cases, see, there is in cell wall formation, middle lamella formation. Some are act as secondary metabolites. Some are supporting for the association of ribosomes, magnesium ions, right? They are supporting for the binding of two subunits of the ribosomes. Different types of minerals are there, and all these minerals very, very specific for their metabolism, right? That is about the criteria for essentiality, right? Next one we'll discuss about the types of elements. Means macro elements are there, micro elements are there. So on what based we are calling as macro elements, and why these are called as micro elements we discussed. Yeah, based on the quantitative requirements, the total elements can be classified into two types. One is called macro elements, other one is called as micro elements. See, we know the basic differentiation is within the plant body, okay, high concentration is present. Particular limitation concentration is there, one particular concentration is there. Okay, more than that concentration, if the elements are present, these are called as macro element. Less than that concentration, okay, if the elements are present, these are called as micro elements. So based on that quantitative both based on that quantitative. Here macro elements and micro elements. Totally elements are classified into macro elements and the micro elements. See here macro elements. Okay, this is about the macro elements, and next one we will discuss about the micro elements. Macro elements means generally which are present within the plant body. There is a dry matter is there. Within the dry matter, excess means more than 10 millimolar, 10 millimole, not molar, more than 10 millimole. Okay, concentration per kg, right? See, more than 10 millimole concentration, more than 10 millimole concentration within the dry matter. These are called as macro element. Less than 10 millimole, less than 10 millimole, that one is called as micro elements. See, the concept is very simple here, that value is, the specific value is 10 millimole, right? More than 10 millimole per case, right? These are called as macro elements. Less than 10 millimole, right, per case dry matter, these are called as micro elements. See, these are the macro elements and the micro elements. So we have to study about both of these macro elements: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, right? And these three have very specific role. I will explain. Right? And nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, magnesium, calcium. Right? We have to remember. See, total these are the elements. Within these elements, okay, which are micro, which are macro. We have to remember, this is a very important area. Most of the cases given the bit from this area also. CHO and PK, right? SMgCa, that is the order for the macro elements. And the micro, see, zinc is there, manganese is there, molybdenum is there, boron, iron, okay, chloridians, copper, cobalt, nickel. These are the micro elements. So these are the macro elements, these are the micro elements. The difference is less than 10 millimole, more than 10 millimole. Okay, more than 10 millimole macro, less than micro. Right? Generally present within the plant body large amounts. Okay, that is nothing but excess. Excess means more than 10 millimole case. Okay, within the dry matter. Macronutrients includes means the same one: carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, magnesium, calcium. So these are the macro elements. Why these are macro elements means which requires more concentration. Why these are micro means which requires less concentration. That is about that macro elements. Next one we will discuss about the micro elements. So I said here carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Okay, these are also called non-mineral elements. Carbon, important one, carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. These are also called non-mineral elements. Non-mineral elements. Sir, why these are called as non-mineral elements? Which are derived from carbon dioxide and water. Which are derived from the carbon dioxide and the water. So basically these are the basic components for the any carbon skeleton system. We know the carbon is the very essential element. Hydrogen, right, oxygen, these are the very important elements. So these three are called as non-mineral elements, and remaining all are minerals. Right? So that's why first of all I did here box. Okay. So here why these three are okay, I make it here box means here these three minerals are non-mineral elements. Non-mineral elements, right? And next one we'll discuss about the micro elements. Let's come into the next one. Role of micro elements here. Need very small amount or very minimum amount. We already discussed less than 10 millimole per kg dry weight of the plant matter, right? See, I already mentioned that total micro elements also. This includes iron is there, manganese is there, copper is there, manganese and molybdenum, right? Zinc, boron and chlorine, right? These are the chlorine or chloride, right? And the nickel. See, these are the micro elements. In this chapter, we are going to discuss about role of macro and micro elements, right? And see, totally 17 essential elements are there. Within that 17 essential elements, some of the elements are beneficial elements. Some of the elements are beneficial elements, means which are very, very benefit to the plants, right? Sodium, silicon, cobalt, selenium. Sodium, silicon, cobalt, selenium, right? See, we can prepare the code words here. S, S, C, S. Sodium, silicon, cobalt, selenium. Also required for higher plants. These are also required for the higher plants. See, these are also beneficial elements. These are also beneficial elements. So what I'm trying to say here, micro elements, minimum concentration less than 10 millimole, right, per case, and these are the examples for the micro elements, right? And total 17 elements in that. Total 17 elements are there in that. Essential, these are essential, and some are beneficial. These are the examples: sodium, silicon, cobalt, selenium. These are the beneficial elements. These are the beneficial elements, right? That is about that micro elements, right?